Hey guys, so I wanted to do a little chatty girl talk about The Bachelor. As probably most of you know, the finale just happened, they just wrapped it up, and they showed that Colton and Cassie did end up together in kind of some way or form. But I wanted to talk just a bit more about his reaction, the way he handled the other women, and just some lessons that I think can really be learned and kind of derived from the whole relationship between Colton and Cassie. Now, something that I noticed very early on, of course, was that at least the edit, now something to kind of keep in mind is, of course, this is a show. They are wanting it to be interesting and to have good ratings and for people to tune in, so we don't get to see everything as viewers, so all we can do is kind of make our own assumptions and kind of infer from that, but at the end of the day, we don't really know their relationship, we don't really know them as people or anything, so none of this is meant in a negative, ill way. It's just something interesting, I think, to kind of take away from it and to apply it to our own relationships and lives and maybe take away some valuable lessons and knowledge as viewers. So like I said, the thing that I majorly noticed, and I'm sure lots of people noticed as well, was that for a very long period of time in the whole Bachelor show, Cassie was definitely much less interested in Colton than he was in her, and I do believe that that is a big factor in what drove him to then be so drawn to her and so committed to her in a way. There's a very interesting phenomenon that happens when someone is denied, that can really stick in their brain, and that can really kind of set off something that wants to make them prove their worth and prove themselves to someone else. Looking at it from an outsider point of view, as viewers, we're all very questioning on why he would want to be with someone so badly that is telling him to his face that they don't want to be with him. And even when they were having that conversation, kind of, you know, that breakup when she wanted to leave, I did not see a ton of remorse coming from her genuinely. I think this was something she had in her mind for a while, because her reaction to me didn't really seem that genuinely hurt by this news that she was delivering to him. When I think if it was someone you truly loved and cared about, seeing them break down and cry would affect you a bit more. Her body language was very closed off. If you remember, she really had her hands up on her face, kind of shielding herself in a way, maybe shielding herself from some sort of guilt that she was holding by knowing kind of for a while that she was really not as interested in this man as he was in her. And I do respect her for speaking up on that. I respect her a lot for maybe not playing into the so cliche form of The Bachelor of going ahead, getting engaged, and then a few months down the line announcing that they split and they're not together. Although I really am more examining the way that Colton was viewing this, because I think that can be really helpful to a lot of people. Now, I understand that a lot of people think that he broke it off with Hannah G and Tasia to kind of make sure Cassie would be with him, to kind of ensure that he could prove his love for her. But I personally think that when he was ending things with both of those women, he was pretty void of emotion. Even on the special afterwards where he was talking to Hannah G directly and even Kaylin, and they were asking him for some sort of clarity, some sort of information on why he didn't feel that way about them, I just he was smiling a lot, which was really bothering me. When you're trying to deliver some sort of news to someone and you're also dealing with someone else's emotions, to have a smirk coming out on your face is just really not genuine and gives me a really weird vibe about him. And I just, in my mind, that kind of makes me think that this was something that wasn't very sudden for him. Kind of the minute he was able to tell that Cassie wasn't that into him, which I believe was much earlier on in the show than they're trying to make us think. I think that really kind of just lit off this fire within him that made him want to chase her. And I don't think that is healthy. I don't think that's good, and I don't think girls, you know, should pretend to not be interested so that a guy is interested. But I do think there are people that really get off on that. That's their thing, trying to prove their worth to someone when someone doesn't like them, because they can have all these people telling them, I love you, I want to be with you, you're great, you're amazing, and then the one person that kind of flips that memo on them really stands out a lot more. I also do really think that there's a lot to be said for the idea of love is blind. I think this is something we see all the time when, you know, maybe we have a friend or a family member that's in a relationship and we don't see what they are seeing, we don't understand it, we see red flags, we see reasons why this person isn't so great, and that other person just can't accept that. They can't see it, they can't understand it, they don't want to understand it. And that is a hard lesson that I've had to learn before, that even Colton's parents, I feel like even Chris Harrison, even the other girls, were kind of warning him by telling him that Cassie maybe wasn't really that into him. And, you know, to be unsure is one thing, and I think it's totally fine to not know if you want to marry someone after being on a TV show for a few weeks. But I think there was more than that. I think she was really unsure about him as a person. And that, I think, of course, is not a good sign. But I think he was so blind to that, that no matter who wanted to warn him, no matter what woman wanted to help him or steer him clear of getting his heart broken, he didn't care. And that was something he had to go through on his own. He had to experience that, and that's sometimes just a hard lesson of life, that even certain things that other people are trying to do for us that can be trying to help us and trying to steer us in the right direction, there are a lot of situations, a lot of feelings and emotions we have to go through, even if we look back and in hindsight we're like, whoa, how did I not see that? How did everyone else see something that I wasn't viewing? And I think that is where the saying love is blind really comes from. So that's kind of it for this video. I just wanted to talk, wanted to open up these like discussions. I would love to hear what you guys think in the comments below. I will be reading and responding to them. As always, you guys can feel free to message me on Instagram. It's Megan Parkin. I'll link it below. But yeah, I just want to chat about this because that was kind of a crazy Bachelor finale, and I don't know what to think. Of course, I want them to be happy, but I don't know. My gut tells me it's not going to work out. That's just what I think, you know. Don't shoot the messenger or anything. I also would love to know what you guys think of Hannah B as a Bachelorette. Again, I'm also kind of mixed. I do like that she's very natural and she's very awkward, but like in a good way, where I don't think she's so rehearsed. I don't think she's, you know, trying to be like a famous influencer, which I feel like a lot of the people that go on The Bachelor now these days do, because it's just a very easy transition for them to get a lot of notoriety on the show and then kind of become that. So I'm pleased that she is chosen because I think she is in it for the right reasons. I think she has a good heart. But I'm a little worried on if she can be serious enough, have those really deep, meaningful conversations, and really get to the core of guys and not just be like really silly and jokey. But we will see. Again, I'm excited to hear your thoughts, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!